Hello, my name is Wenda Sheard. I'm with the League of Women Voters of Athens County. Welcome to this Meet the Candidates night for the York Township Trustee race. We hope that this will provide you with information for the upcoming election. The candidates participating tonight are Bill Mellinger and Tim Warren. On your ballot, voters may cast votes for two of the three candidates. The third candidate, who isn't here tonight, is Mike Freer. He turned down our invitation to participate tonight. And let me see, we appreciate both of the candidates who are here for making time to participate. Please make sure that you have a voting plan for this November's election. The last day to register to vote or to update your address is October 4th. Early voting starts October 5th at the Board of Elections office on Court Street. If you want to vote by mail, you must submit a written absentee ballot request form, and absentee ballots will then be mailed to voters starting October 5th. Election day is Tuesday, November 2nd. You can verify your polling place by contacting the County Board of Elections office. In addition to candidate events, our league publishes a voter's guide in which candidates provide written answers to questions. Our voter's guide is currently available online at vote411.org and will be published in the Athens News on September 29th and in the Athens Messenger on October 2nd. The voter's guide lists all the races and issues that will appear on the ballot in Athens County. The League of Women Voters is dedicated to expanding public awareness about governmental issues and encouraging active participation in government. The League does not support or oppose candidates or political parties. Despite our name, the League is not for women only. We welcome participation and support from all people. Please visit us on our website, Athens County League of Women Voters.org, to learn more about the League or to become a member. If you appreciate our candidates' events and voters' guides, please consider making a donation on our website to support our local work. Thank you. Now I'll turn this event over to tonight's moderator, our local league co-president, Adrienne Mullenkamp. Adrienne.
Thank you, Wenda. Welcome to this Meet the Candidates event. I will begin by explaining our procedures, which were agreed to by all participants in advance. Tonight, each candidate will give a 2-minute introductory statement. Then the candidate will answer 3 questions. The candidates were given these questions yesterday, and they will have 2 minutes to answer each one. Once a candidate has answered all 3 questions, I will move on to the next candidate following alphabetical order. The candidates can see our timekeeper, who will indicate when the speaker has 30 seconds remaining, 10 seconds remaining, and when their time has expired. If a candidate continues speaking, I will say thank you and move on. Candidates have been invited to share their qualifications and experiences and to talk about their plans and proposals. Candidates were asked to focus on topics relevant to the question and to avoid personal attacks and to avoid raising issues that are not related to the office being sought. If they go outside these guidelines, I may stop them to remind them of the guidelines. There are 3 candidates running for the York Township Trustee seats, and 2 will be elected. Voters may vote for up to 2 candidates in the race. Tonight, we are joined by Bill Mellinger and Timothy Warren. The other candidate is Mike Freer. Candidates, as we go along tonight, if you want a question repeated, please ask, and I will be happy to do so. We're going to start with our first candidate, Bill Mellinger. Bill, you have 2 minutes for your introductory statement. Please start when you're ready.
I'm Bill Mellinger. I'm running for York Township Trustee, lifelong York Township resident. Worked for the County Engineers Department and Road Maintenance for 13 years. Had the experience to identify problems that's in the township, and decided I wanted to run for his third term, and enjoy doing it. It's a lot of fun, and get to meet a lot of the people out in the township, try to solve their problems if they have any. If not, that's good too. So that's why I'm running for the Township Trustee. That's all I have.
All right, thank you, Bill. Well, I know you've touched on this a little bit in your introductory statement, but your first question is, why do you want to be a Township Trustee?
When I was young, my dad worked with several of the trustees that ran over the years, and I knew them really well, and always thought that it was interesting what they done. And when I started working for the engineer and out working with a lot of people, the older people that had a lot of experience in road maintenance and how to fix things, and I decided I'd try to run. I thought I could maybe make a difference in what was going on, and try to make it a little bit better. So, and that's pretty much the only reason why I was wanting to run.
Okay, very good, thank you. Second question, what is the biggest challenge facing York Township, and how will you address it?
Well, funding's the biggest, for us, I believe, is the biggest challenge we have. And we've done well with what we've had to work with. We've upgraded equipment and got some other things done that helped with getting the roads in better shape. And we try to watch what we spend, and be frugal with how we do things, and without giving up quality of what we're getting done. And we're learning all the time about finding funding. I believe Tim had recently put in for a ODOT grant that we're trying to, hopefully we'll get for some paving stuff. And that's one of the main ways we'll be able to do things is through grants. That's all I have right now.
Okay, very good, thank you. And your last question. The federal government is providing American Rescue Plan funds to townships in Ohio to help with COVID-19 relief. What would you like to see done with those funds in York Township?
One thing about those funds, there's certain things that you're allowed to do with them, and a lot of things you're not. And we've realized that PPE is one of the things that the first thing they say that it's allowed to have, you're allowed to spend it on. And we've already discussed purchasing new PPE for our fire department, updating what they have, because like the air packs we have, they're almost out of date now, within a year or so, I believe it is. And that's what we've talked about, is purchasing new air packs for the fire department, and looking into other things for that kind of equipment that they may need. We'd love to be able to pave some roads with some of it, but you're just not, that's something you're not allowed to do. So we're looking into what we can spend it on, and the fire department's one of the things that we're looking into. The chief is he's getting prices on air packs and stuff, so we can decide how many or what we're going to have to spend it on, or how much we'll have to spend on them. That's how we're looking at spending it. That's all I have.
Very good, Bill, thank you.
You're welcome.
We are going to move on to our next candidate, Tim Warren. So Tim, we're ready for your introductory statement. Go ahead. Tim, we're going to ask you to unmute yourself, please.
As soon as I pushed unmute, everything went away.
Of course,
Okay.
of course.
My name's Tim Warren, and I'm running for York Township Trustee. I've been a trustee for 8 years. Me and Bill was elected at the same time. We've been together the whole time. I'm a 43-year employee of Nelsonville York City Schools. I'm a member of various boards and committees around the county, and I think that you have to put yourself out there to find out what's going on to be a trustee. That's my opening statement.
All right, very good, and thank you. So we'll move on to the questions. Your first question is, why do you want to be a township trustee?
Well, I like dealing with people. I like talking with people. I like trying to solve their problems. I like getting out and seeing what is available for the township to be able to utilize, to use. There's grants and stuff out there that if you don't go look for them, they don't come and jump in your basket for you. You got to go look for that stuff. And that's what I do. I spend time with people, and I try to do what I can to get the most for our township.
Very good, thank you. Here's your second question. What do you think is the biggest challenge facing York Township, and how will you address it?
Well, again, it's, money is always a big challenge. We've been fortunate that the 8 years I've been there, we've only renewed levies, so we're dealing with the same money that we was 8 years ago. We've been able to do a lot of things with that money, but there's an extent to what you can't do with the money. You can't spend more than you have. It's just not legal, and for one reason, and it's not. You can't sustain yourself that way anyway. So that's the biggest problem, is trying to get the most out of the dollars you have. That ends that one.
Sorry, I've screwed up the mute button that time. All right, your last question. The federal government is providing American Rescue Plan funds to townships in Ohio to help with COVID-19 relief. What would you like to see done with these funds in York Township?
Well, as Bill says, there's only certain things you can do with the money. It'd be nice if you could spend the money on anything and we'd buy a lot of things, but that's not possible. You got to spend it on stuff that the federal government says is COVID related. So you have to find a project that fits those needs to COVID related. The PPE equipment for the fire department is something that easily fits in that category. Now, once we spend that, this is an ongoing process. There's more money next year. We're going to come up with more projects to do that with, but it's hard to know that you need maybe a truck, and that doesn't fit. You got to do something that has something to do with COVID. So you might have this money, but can you do something that's meaningful with that money? And if you don't, then the auditors get after you and you have a real problem. So you got to be careful. And I think that ends my third question.
All right, very good. Very good, Tim. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'd like to close this event by thanking both candidates for participating in our democratic process. A recording of this event will be viewable on our League of Women Voters of Athens County Facebook page and will be posted on our website, which is athensleagueofwomenvoters.org. We urge you all to make a voting plan now. Early voting starts October 5th and Election Day is November 2nd. Please check our voter guide at vote411.org for a full list of races and issues in Athens County. Thank you and have a good night.